Hey guys, this is Gloria Marie. I just want to thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that I haven't touched upon yet on my channel, but the topic I want to talk about is parenting, specifically parenting when you're in a situation where you're a single mother, or you're facing a divorce, or you're separated, or there's some sort of broken dynamic between yourself, whether you're the mother or the father, and your child or children, plural. What kind of things come up when we're in these situations and how we should deal with it. Because one thing we definitely have to know for sure is parenting is not for cowards. Parenting is one of the toughest jobs in the world. Especially parenting well, especially knowing which parenting styles are the best to adopt in today's society, in the generation that we live in today, and in the way our children are being brought up in school. There's just many factors. So the one thing that I really wanted to talk about today and to just encourage everybody with is that our children, no matter what age they are, they don't know how to properly communicate, how to process, how to, apologize, how to, have a real healthy relationship yet. So your brain is not fully developed until you're 27 years old. So before that time, you're pretty irrational, you're pretty impulsive, you're hormonal if you're a woman, a girl, right? I've noticed that my daughter, since she turned 10 and got her period, her behavior and the way that she reacts to things has changed dramatically. So, we have to know that there's a very hard age where our children just feel like they were just abducted. Where's my child? Where is she? Where is he? He doesn't want to talk to me. She doesn't want to talk to me. She doesn't, want to hug me like she did before. She doesn't want to have anything to do with me. She hates me. I'm not a good enough mother. All of these things run through our minds, and it can make us feel very insecure. And I just want to encourage the parents out there that if you are doing your best, you are your best. You don't have to do more. You just have to know how to respond to the responses and to the way that our children interact with us. So as parents, we're to lead by example, right? So we're to lead by example. So if we tell them, hey, don't have your phone on when we're eating, you can't be on your phone either. If you tell them, I don't want you to complain, they can't hear you complaining either. So there has to be definitely something across the board that you're doing that they can see tangible evidence that this is the way they are to behave. But do know that they're going to push back, and they're going to test our patience. They're going to test their limits. They're going to test how much control they have over us. And we just have to be ready and prepared. So the one thing that I've learned, and this is what I'm trying to just get out there to help other people, is that I'm a very sensitive person. So if someone says something to me that's hurtful, I feel it, and I feel very down. It really affects me, because I'm sensitive, and that's okay. But when we're a parent, we have to be sensitive, but we also have to be strong at the same time. So this is what I'm trying to say. When you are dealing with a kid, a child, that is hurt because their parents are not together, or they have anger or bitterness, or they're favoring one parent more than the other parent, what is crucial is the way that you react. So this is just a tip based off of real life experience from what I've been through. When my daughter does not react the way that I want her to, when she says something hurtful to me, I used to show that it hurt me. I used to respond, and I used to either get sad, or I used to say, that really hurts me, or how dare you say that? I do everything that I can for you, or, you're so, I would say, you're so ungrateful, if she didn't want to like hang out with me or talk to me or whatever it was, or if she would say like, just whatever she would say to me, and she still does it. But the difference is, and what I've learned is that if you don't feed it, whatever they say to you, if you don't give it more power and you don't feed it, they have nothing more to argue or fight about. They see that doesn't touch you. So you have to develop this thick skin, and it takes time, and my mother, very good advice that I've received from my mother is that she said that when I was her age, I used to be like that as well. I used to be like, don't touch me, and I used to say horrible things to my mom, and I'm just being honest here and real, okay? Because in this channel, I'm honest and I'm real. But I used to say so many hurtful things to her. I used to unload on her. She was my scapegoat. I was angry and bitter and like stressed and hormonal, and I would just lash out at her because I knew that she would always be there and she would always love me. So I was selfish, and kids are selfish. They don't have that ability to really realize that they have to contribute to society and they have to, learn things. They don't have that yet. They're still learning themselves, So she told me that when I was like that with her, she used to have to take parenting support classes. And what she learned, she read a book that's called Parenting is Not for Cowards, and she had to learn to not take anything that I said. This is what I'm trying to get. This is the point I want to get across. Do not take anything that your child says to you personally. Hear me on this. Don't take it personally. When they say I hate you, you're horrible, I wish you weren't my mother, which thankfully my daughter doesn't say that. She's just distant and kind of like just, rejects kind of everything that I try to do for her. But when you hear it or when you get that response, just go, they're going through it. They're going through something in your mind, and just go. You don't even have to say, okay, just walk away. Just walk away. Give them the time to cool down. Let that adrenaline come down. If they're crying, sit there and just be with them as they cry. Don't try to solve it until they're done. Just say, I know, I'm here, and practice empathy. But the worst thing to do is when they react a certain way, to give them a reaction, because that just keeps fueling it and it just keeps going. If they're angry at you and you respond back with anger, they have more of a reason to continue to be angry. So we have to humble ourselves as parents. We have to ask for forgiveness if we've done something wrong. Even if we haven't done anything, we still have to say sometimes, I'm sorry if I said anything that could have hurt you, if I didn't know, willingly or unwillingly. So that was just my biggest takeaway for today. I just want to encourage parents here, you're not alone. There's so much support out there, and just know that you were made to be your child's parent. God wouldn't have made you their parent if you didn't have the ability to be their parent. You're special. You're unique. You're you. And you are a good enough mother. You are a good enough father. If you're doing all that you can do. You really are. So don't compare yourself to other parents and other families that you see, because things are not always as they seem. Things are not as they seem. You could see somebody and think, wow, they must have the best life ever. And behind the scenes, they don't. So don't compare and don't react. Don't take it personal. Just let it roll off your shoulders like butter. Okay? Develop that thick skin. Not to be mean, not to be cold, but to teach them. And you'll see that that will help so much. And it's a practice. So it takes time. In the beginning, it would tear me apart when my daughter would say things to me like, I don't want to be here. I want to be with my dad. Oh my God, that used to rip my heart out and feel like it was being stabbed because she was rejecting me. She was choosing her dad. There must be something wrong with me. And then I'm just like, okay, if that's what you want. And now she doesn't say things like that anymore. She doesn't say, I want to be with my dad, because she feels safe with me. She feels safe to unload on me. And you honestly should look at that as a good thing. They're safe to be themselves around you. So just keep that in mind. They're children. They're impulsive. They're irrational. They don't know what they're saying. They don't mean 90% of what they say. It's just, it's just comes out. And we, as parents, need to depend on God on how to parent them, and we also have to work on ourselves to feel secure enough in ourselves that when they do let us down, we don't let it tear us apart. We're strong enough to take it and to keep going, because it's going to get better. As they grow up, they will see. They will see that you did everything you could. And they'll apologize. They will apologize. They'll realize when they're older that they didn't, treat you the best way. So don't get discouraged. Don't give up. I hope this encouraged somebody today. You're an amazing mother. You're an amazing father. And just keep working on your relationship with your children. Keep learning. Keep being focused on the fact that no matter what they say, at the end of the day, you're their parent, and they're going to love you. And they do love you. They're going to show it. They're going to show it as long as you keep learning and you keep putting your heart into it and you develop the strength that you need to be able to be there for them in a healthy way. So I hope this helps somebody today, and I hope everybody has a blessed day, and we'll see you soon. We'll talk soon, okay? Bye.